bout that business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. It get real up in that field, but I build bout that business. That business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. This all hustle, this ain't luck, lady buck. About that business, we bout that business, that business. We trending on retreat, we bout that business, that business. All we know is win, ain't no defeat. We bout that business, that business. Competition can't compete. We bout that business, that business. One, I feel it in my cleats. Hey, we got facts, we got stats. Not to mention trending topics. You the champ? No, that's cap. Drilling, killing all the guys. Please don't try that, boy. You know we hotter, boy. Making all kind of noise. We on fire. What you know about them Ohio boys? We bout that business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. It get real up in that field, but I build bout that business. That business, that business. Boy, we bout that business. This all hustle, this ain't luck, lady buck. About that business. We bout that business, that business. We trending on retreat. We bout that business, that business. All we know is win, ain't no defeat. We bout that business, that business. Competition can't compete. We bout that business, that business. Number one, I feel it in my cleats.
Oh yeah. Holla. About that business. Interactive. And this is an interactive podcast for you guys. We about y'all's business. But I can tell you one thing and two things for sure. Come in. Be respectful. Understand the topics. Because first of all, Rough Buck is going to give us his fire, and he's going to give us the trending topics, and we're going to discuss. So what I want you guys to do is just join us, like, share, subscribe, text, comment, all that. Do everything you need to do to be a part of this particular podcast because it's on fire. I'm talking about fire. Let's go. Let's start with, first of all, I need to just address the elephant in the room.
Hey,
Liz.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, we go. Hey, Buckeye Bill. Hey, man, thank you for everybody joining in and for our discussions we're gonna have tonight. It's gonna be some entertainment. We're gonna have some things you're not gonna agree with, but guess what? Roll with the punches, and we're gonna keep up with you, and we're gonna learn how to get along. But anyway, like Buckeye Bill said, like, share, and subscribe. Hey, it's gonna take care of itself. And also, check this out, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, and give this to everybody you know, because tonight we're gonna be about our business. Now, I heard you say Olivia Miles. Let's talk about that. That young lady is going to she's gonna set a trailblazing hot. She's gonna be out there. She's gonna break all records. Trust me. She started off right now breaking some records. She moved up in the rankings as far as more assists. So what I'm saying to you, Buckeye Bill, and the rest of the audience, Olivia Miles is the truth, and she's about her business. And I want y'all to chime in and talk to us about that, because we're gonna start talking about the WNBA and the playoffs coming up, because it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense. So just let us know how y'all feel. And Buckeye Bill, I want to hear your opinion on this.
Okay, well, listen, I'm gonna start with this. I will start with this. I'm not even gonna get emotional over it.
Okay.
I just say that I am so happy to watch Liv in her inaugural season,
right,
in the WNBA. Make it past Sue Bird, and make it to, I think, the third on the list as a rookie.
Yeah.
to have the assist, to be in the assist race. But what you got to understand is she's so far behind Caitlin Clark as a rookie. Caitlin Clark
Well,
had 337 assists as a rookie. That was before the league got into her head.
well,
That was way before all the politics, and she just came in to play ball. Now her assists and her play has went down because she's allowed outside variables to come into her game. What say you, man?
well, and that's fair. You can say that, but you know what? While she's making all these assists, like 357, you say, and you know, this is the reason why Olivia Miles, she's gonna catch up to that. But she's a phenomenal athlete, right? So by her having less assists and leading her team to where they're at right now, I would take that over assists. The assists it don't matter. Yes, you got your team involved, but guess what? You get your team involved where they at right now. See, when Caitlin Clark, she had a stumbling career in Indiana where they didn't make the playoffs. They barely won games. So now, when you look at Olivia Miles, she has less assists and she's taking her team to another level to make the playoffs. So you got
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
okay.
Does you think that the Lynx will go further than the Fever in the playoffs? Because both of them are destined to be in the playoffs.
Um, as much as I want to say yes, but they're equal. I mean, Indiana has caught fire, right? So Minnesota has also caught fire. So it's going to be a battle between the two to see where they're going to wind up in the playoffs and how far they go. They both have the talent and they have the no lose mentality. So what I'm looking at is I think Minnesota got the slight edge, but then when you look at things, you got Chelsea Mitchell, Sophia Cunningham, and you also have Caitlin Clark. And also, don't forget Boston. They have 4
And
players.
this is where the construction of to me.
Okay,
Now I'm not an Indiana Fever fan and or Indiana. I did grow up. I mean, I was born at Ball State, Indiana, but I don't like them.
right.
But the construct of their actual nucleus starts with Boston, Sophia, Caitlin Clark, and the best player on the team is Mitchell.
Chelsea Mitchell, yes.
The best player on the team is Mitchell. Now I see that they're not trying to push the narrative that she's the best player because you have Caitlin Clark. But what I
Right.
can tell you is if they can get past the small narrative of the Congress and political stuff and this, that, and other, and actually play ball, I think they can go far. I think they can go far. But again, it always starts with Caitlin Clark mindset.
But let me ask you a question. When have you seen in all your basketball history, you seen the Congress get involved with something like this? When have you seen that?
When I've seen one,
When the Congress getting involved?
never. Well,
Okay,
no,
so
no, no, no. It has happened throughout the years.
I don't remember.
It definitely has happened throughout the years, but it hasn't happened on this level.
Okay,
Yes, Congress has intervened in college football in college football, basketball. They regulated back in the day with the NBA, and how things had to change in order for the NBA to get on national television. Because if you remember, in the NBA, they weren't televised.
No,
They were recorded, and you can watch it at 12 o'clock at night.
right. I remember that. See,
So
that's
there
what
never been intervention in order to get them into on the NBC. That
right.
was their first contract, NBC. I've always missed the fact. Now they're back. They're back. But over a time, I always missed the fact that the NBA was not on the NBC. It was like it didn't even seem like basketball.
But you know,
With the people that televised it, the way that they grew the sport, the NBA would have never been the NBA without NBC.
right.
What say
But
you?
guess they only had a couple teams they advertised on that show. You could bet your bottom line they had Celtics, they had the Lakers, and they had the Chicago Bulls. And that time when it was on, they only one channel they watched them on. Those are the three teams they paid attention to. So now it's like now that it's got modernized, we're on every channel you can find. And now you can see more of what they're doing on the court than what they didn't do back then. There's some families didn't have those channels. You know what I'm saying? I guess what I'm getting at is television is the key to everything. Social media has taken over. So now we can watch all these teams play and make an assessment of who's doing what and who's doing who. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, WNBA, Olivia Miles, they are happy to have this platform to where they can show all these games, all 15 teams, until 2027, where you're going to see the Cleveland Sirens. So what I'm saying,
Okay, and listen, the expansion of the league is because of the talent in the league. You're
I
not going to invest in, you will not invest in anything, beanie babies, whatever they are, unless there's talent and some repercussions, not repercussions, but um, benefit for your investment. So the WNBA is a great investment. It's a
there's
great investment. I'll tell you why. It's a great investment for young women.
right.
It's a great investment for individuals who aspire to be referees, coaches, and things of that nature. Um, Visually, it's been off the chain to me.
Yes.
I've been watching these games. Y'all say, oh well, the guys they play harder. Well, they can't play no harder than what they be playing.
Well, no. I mean, you're right. You're right. It comes down to strength. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that the reason why the WNBA has formed itself to show professionalism to ladies basketball. Because you can recall once they got out of college, they had to go overseas and play. Now they made to where we can keep it at home and show off our talent. You don't have to go overseas and play. You can stay in the United States and play. So that's why the WNBA got formed because they wanted to explore the challenges, that, from college to the pros in their nature. You know what I'm saying? Because they had no other avenue but to go overseas, in my opinion, to play basketball before the WNBA got started, what, back in 1997? That's when it started. So up until then, where were they going?
So you think about it. With them going globally,
Right.
that was part. Okay, think about the plan.
Okay.
The plan is going globally and finding all sorts of talent across the world.
Well,
Then the NBA 30 years ago, the NBA said, "Hey, listen, we can start a league here." Guess who they started it with? Cheryl Swoops and them.
yeah, Cheryl
Okay,
Swoop.
legends.
Right.
Okay, I'm talking about top-notch players that didn't have to go overseas to play. Now they went overseas for half a year and then they played in the WNBA and made the WNBA the WNBA. The homage that these players need to give with all this extra stuff that they're doing right now is respect. Respect for the game.
Right.
Like I was telling you about Sophie and Carrington, they
Right.
need to stop all that.
I
They need
agree.
to stop it. They need to stop it. They are
Okay,
they
so
are they're putting they're literally stopping the progress of the WNBA with their rhetoric. They need to
so
stop it.
so what I want to know from you is if the guys have a outbreak like they do, is it going to stop the growth of W? I mean, is it going to stop the growth in the NBA, or are you saying that it's going to stop the growth from the WNBA and not flourish? Because they're going to have some tensions rise like they do in NBA. You know, these ladies are out there playing for some money. You know, you're not going to overtake me. Come on now. And they fight for theirs. I'm going to tell you right now, my basketball coach used to tell me, Hayes, don't go out. You know, my name is Hayes. Don't go out there and make a foul and don't make it count, you know, unless you make it count. So, in other words, if you're going to foul somebody, make it count. Don't give no slap on the wrist and get a foul for some ticky tack stuff. You're going to have some tension brewing if you give it a real foul. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't have anything with these young ladies out there playing basketball and as physical as it is. They got, you know, they make money like they make money. I'm not gonna let you come and bulldoze me, and I can't do nothing about it. I'm gonna foul you, and if I foul you, I'm gonna make it count. So they have the same intensity as the NBA, but why would you say it's different for the WNBA?
No, I never said it. I never said it was different. What I am saying is the narrative has to change. Okay, I'll give you an example. If
Okay,
you can recall, in the late 70s,
right?
in the late 70s, the NBA was deemed the drug league.
Yeah,
Okay,
they were.
the narrative was everybody listen. The narrative was these guys doing whatever they do, and they come on the court and they do all this craziness. It's the same narrative that they're trying to apply on WNBA in their culture. So
Right.
in order to change it, the stars have to change it. Guess who started it? Who started the transition from the ABA and NBA? Julius Irvin.
Right.
Okay, you have to have a star to transition, and
Well,
what and where we're at right now is having Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Live, all of them come to an agreement. Hey, listen. If
Right.
listen, this is the bow kill. I mean this is the golden goose.
Okay.
We cannot allow this to go away with our antics. Same thing with the drug situation that happened in the 70s. They had to make
Well,
a decision. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? The proliferation of contracts happened when they changed the narrative. And the WNBA has to change the narrative. They have to change it from this ultra left wing, this, that, and the other, to the middle and beyond.
well,
They can't be the right or it has to go in the middle and beyond because you can't have it, you can't have competing political ideals. And the WNBA survives because those entities will eat it alive. So they have to push them to the side
well,
and make the league, make the league the league, and quit letting outside forces, you know, penetrate what the game is.
well, that's true. I get what you're saying on that. And you got to figure, man, the way things are going right now. And listen, y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be joining in. We're talking about the WNBA and how it's changing over when it started to where it's at right now. So come on, join us in. Join in and let us know how you feel. But what I'm gonna say to you, Buckeye Bill, is that the way it's going right now is letting these guys come in here and say, "Hey, listen, I want to join WNBA." They're gonna change their gender in order to come in.
You go in and join the WNBA, and they gonna bust your tail, boy. I don't care if you was a college player or whatever. Try it. Try and see how that works for you.
So, so, so
When you're talking professionals, professionals do professional things. And these young ladies are professionals.
okay.
You get these kids coming out of college, getting in the G League, getting on benches, this, that, and other. They are not the same, bro.
Do
They're
they have a
not the same.
I want to ask you a question. Do they have a G League for women? I have never heard of one.
What?
Do they have a G League for women? I have never heard of one.
No, it's called overseas.
That's what G League is overseas? Okay.
It's called overseas.
Okay.
You don't
Okay.
need a G League because you got players overseas.
That's
The true players play in the WNBA across the world.
So erase all that. I heard what you said. Now what I want to know from you is, do you think if a person, a male, changed his gender, but he couldn't make it in the NBA, now
Why
he
do you
got to go
keep beating that? Why do you keep beating that?
because it's the truth.
Listen, young man. Let me say something to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say something to you.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
that's why I told you the WNBA needs to get out of the politics. All right,
Yeah.
all that, y'all. What you just said right there is never going to happen anyway. First of all, second of all, stop even bringing the narrative up
It's a
because it's
narrative.
never going to happen. And then you
It,
want to act like no, you want to act you. Go ahead.
no, what I'm saying is, you saying it's the narrative right now. It's talked about.
No, you're moving the narrative. You're moving
me.
the narrative.
It's not only me. It's the topic of the sports world today. They're talking about that. That's why the WNBA is getting more attention now because of this right here. You got two former NBA players, 6'8", 6'10". How are they gonna match up against if they keep the same weight? What do you think is gonna happen?
See, again, you're missing the point. The point is what they're saying is Bryce and Cantor is saying your perimeters are flawed.
Okay.
That's all they're saying. It don't have to be a trans guy or a regular guy. The CBA, when they did their CBA 2-3 months ago, they got them paid. They got the young ladies paid, but they didn't enact the perimeters of the contract. So in that particular perimeter, there's nothing in the contract that says a man can't play with women. They never thought about it. That's why I'm saying when they made the CBA, they weren't thinking about that. They were thinking about money. So what he's attacking is the perimeter of the actual contract that the players made and the league made. The NBA has already collectively bargained everything they want to do, why they've been in existence longer. And that's what he's saying. You all this, this guy's gonna when you keep saying that really bothers me. Oh, this guy's gonna change his whole, he's gonna be a man and then stop being a man just to play in the back and on a women's team. That's stupid. I'm not telling you stupid. I'm saying that would be stupid.
They're pushing the narrative of that right now. Yes, they're pushing the narrative of that. But what they're going to do is they're going to
you made the narrative like that.
If I make a narrative, where did I hear it from?
Out of your brain or whatever. I don't know.
It's a narrative. That's a trending topic right now.
Visualize, that's what you felt. Whatever your heart is, that's how you felt it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, it's not what I feel. It's what's going on in today's world right now, trending in WNBA talk.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Let's make sense of it. So you think Bryce and Cantor is going to change their appearance in order to play in the WNBA? You think that's what their whole deal is?
Hey, I don't know. I don't know.
See, that's why you're a narrow-minded guy. The whole premise is to take down the perimeters of the CBA that they made with these young ladies. So if the CBA when they made that negotiation, had to put it in the CBA and said, no men, no transgenders, no nothing, no aliens can come into this.
Has that been in
the CBA? They didn't put it in there. The most important thing is that the guy is saying, guys, you didn't put in enough information in the CBA for these women to make decisions. You did make a contract with them to make a little bit more money, but you didn't protect the women. That's a whole different ball game. And you don't see that?
Man.
And you want to make it out of, this guy, he's going to chop his Johnson off so he can play WNBA. He ain't trying to do that.
You don't know.
Oh, okay. So you gonna do it? You want to play with him? You gonna do that?
Nope.
Go ahead, bro. Man, go ahead with that. You don't know.
That, but hey,
You don't know.
okay,
Man, do you know his background? Do you know his background? Have you did any research on his background?
overseas.
In his cancer, freedom.
Overseas.
He's trying to free people of their shackles in their mind.
He could do anything.
Googling, bro. They got rid of him in the NBA because of his statements.
Oh.
Not because he couldn't play. You think he can't play? He couldn't play. He was good. Googling, bro.
I did.
That's what I'm saying, man. You on a different level, man. I can't go there with you. I can't go there with you, bro. Because listen, you're not even paying attention to what the actual narrative is.
The narrative is he can sit there and push the envelope, right? He's pushing the envelope. By him pushing the envelope, it's saying, hey, why can't I do this? Now, if you want to talk about something, let's go back and talk about Chris Jackson. When he turned Muslim, Mahmoud Rauf, right? Instead of him singing the national anthem, he put his hands up, right? He did that. So they blackballed him for the NBA because of his belief.
And
what I'm saying to you is it's not all, it's about the narrative. Like you said, it's the narrative.
So Cantor did some of the same things that he did, and he's out of the league. So,
right, but what I'm saying,
listen to me. So when he's trying to give you the other part of the narrative, you don't want to listen. You want to listen to what the mainstream is feeding you. You're getting feed a watermelon. And the point is, you ain't got to eat the watermelon if you don't like watermelon.
that's true. I get that. But what I'm saying to you is it's still a narrative. He's trying to prove a point. He's trying to prove a point. So let's say he is pushed into existence. This man comes out there with long hair, a beard, mustache, but he can play in the WNBA. Is that cool to you? I'm asking you.
They bust this tail. Period. You know, so okay, let's do the next one. Let's do the next one.
Okay.
So if a young lady from the WNBA comes in here and balls out and torches not just the D League, not just the Summer League, but some of the boys in Philly, Boston, the Knicks, all that. What you gonna say about that?
Hey.
And then and take the punishment, because you're talking about punishment, and take the hard fouls, and do this and do that. What you gonna say about that?
It's gonna get out of hand. It's gonna get out of hand.
Why? Why would it get out of hand? She's taking all that, and she busting y'all's tail. It can't get out of hand. You know why it ain't gonna get out of hand? Because now they're gonna have to respect her. Because she torturing you. You gonna put hands on her. You gonna have hands on because you like, oh man, she ain't over here telling me, bow.
Hey, but you know what?
It ain't gonna be the Caitlin Clark like y'all talking about. Everybody ain't gonna just be like, oh, we got this young lady coming in here, and all we gonna do is crash her in the head. Nah, respect is respect. Ballers respect each other. Caitlin Clark getting the business because they don't respect her. That's it.
As you know,
they don't respect her, bro.
You know, we got a note come from Cam Police. She says, but that's not happening. You know, that's not going to happen. She says, what's happening is a man trying to play with WNBA. So what's your point?
No, he's not trying. He's making a statement. He don't want to play with the WNBA. He's saying, what if I did that? Because the parameters of the CBA for the women's contract was all about money. They never put in the perimeters of who and who can't play in their league. The NBA has. In their CBA, they made
So
rules. Who can and cannot be in the NBA.
So do you
That's
agree?
the difference is what he's trying to make. And this the hypocrisy of it.
So what I want to ask you, sir, is do you agree that you may like a transgender whatever to compete in the WNBA world?
What?
Do you want to see this happen?
Bruh, you know it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
The point you don't understand. You listen, this is what your phobia is. You're worried about the wrong thing, son.
I'm not worried about no phobia.
You're worried about the wrong thing. The narrative, I keep trying to explain to you what the narrative is. The narrative is you guys, when y'all did y'all collective bargaining agreement, you never put in that. All they did when they bargained was for money. They didn't put no rules. They didn't put no rules. So say for instance, okay, so go back.
Okay.
What if they said, okay, just like you said, transgender or whatever. What if they said no lesbians can be in the league? Where'd the league be?
That's going different.
Where would the league be then?
That's
See,
different.
so you're missing. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. They didn't do that. Why? Why did they not do that? Okay, why did they not do that? It's because it's lesbians are women. They are constructed as women. Men are men. You cannot biologically, I don't care if you chop your head off, become a woman. You can't do it. It's kind of like impossible. But I mean, you can physically change, but you can't be. And so they're saying, what he's saying is, y'all missed the, and I bet you in their next collective bargaining agreement that's coming up in like 2 to 3 more years, this issue is going to go away.
Hey, Buckeye Bill, let me ask you a question. You remember that show called Juwanna Mann? Remember that show called Juwanna Mann? It was a show called Juwanna Mann movie. Juwanna Mann.
Okay, educate me.
Okay, Juwanna Mann was a movie to where the guy said, "Hey, I'm gonna play in the women's basketball league as a man." He put on a wig and he played basketball until he got busted. You know that movie? No, what I'm saying is
I don't watch movies like that.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is it goes reference back to that. They seen it coming a long time ago because that movie happened. So now look at it now.
So that's like The Simpsons. They knew this was going to happen. Then why didn't they put a safeguard against it?
One's a cartoon and one's the movie with human beings. That's the
why
difference.
Why did they put a safeguard against it though? Is what the question would be.
My point is, they've seen this coming a long time ago, and now it's coming to fruition.
And
Juwanna Mann is what they started off with. It's a what if. Go back and watch it.
This is where I get it. I understand your background and everything like that. What I can tell you is the premise of your movie that you just made up was it a comedy or not?
No made up movie.
Was it a comedy or not? Was it did it ever happen? Was it a documentary?
No,
was it a documentary or was it a comedy to make light of something?
You're not listening to me. It's just a what if movie that came out back in the 90s. Now look at it where it came from to where it's at now. It started off with a hey, what if? Now look where we're at right now. Now they're looking at men trying to come in to the WNBA and play ball.
So was it a comedy? Am I correct or no?
I wouldn't say it was a comedy. It was like a
regular movie. Was it a documentary? Because I don't know nothing about it.
What? That's you. Go back and look at it. I gave you the knowledge to look up Juwanna Mann. Go look at it.
Okay, and I will eventually. My point is, what's your point? What's your point?
Hey, man, listen. My point is this. I read today where it may be a rumor or not, where LeBron James may want to get out of Philadelphia because they did not sign his son.
Where'd you come up with that one? I ain't heard that one.
I seen it.
Tell me a little bit more, man. You just made a statement. What does that mean?
What I'm saying is, how do you feel about that? I want your opinion.
I don't know. You got to educate me.
Listen, it don't matter if I'm educating you or not. What I'm saying to you is, I read that it could be a rumor or it could be fact. What I'm saying to you is, how do you feel that LeBron James will say, "Hey, I'm out," because in my contract, we put in there, you're gonna bring Bronny James onto the team, and they didn't do that. So now he's saying, "I want to go."
How do you know the contract? How do you know that was in this contract?
I'm saying to you, it was rumored, and I asked you how you feel about that.
Listen, LeBron James ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Okay.
LeBron James want to win another NBA championship.
But if you bring your son to your team,
so he's gonna break the contract. He's gonna break the contract with Philly because of his son, and then he's gonna go to San Antonio, right? Is that what you're saying? That's the only premise. That's the only place he can go to win a championship is either Philly or San Antonio.
Buckeye Bill, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question on how you feel about that. It could be true.
I just told you how I feel about it. Stupid. That's stupid. He ain't gonna never do it. It's just that's not part of the business. See, you gotta understand, LeBron is a business man. So his decision for taking this loan was a decision and a business decision. The commissioner said, we're waiting for LeBron so we can put all of these games on. They went on Monday morning or whatever show just to roll out the NBA. Ain't nothing changing, bruh. That is a false, and the narrative is a lie. It's just a lie, bro. And business is business. And LeBron James, and think about what I'm trying to tell you.
Come on.
The people that he is in business with, is literally handed him the keys to Vegas.
Yeah,
you think he's gonna screw that up for Bronny?
I'm not.
Business is business, son.
I get that. I get business is business. But what I want to know from you, I didn't ask for all that. I asked you, it was a rumor. I'm not for sure it's real or not. I want
rumor, bro.
Oh, stop.
You said it's a rumor. It's no facts. You said you bring facts. I don't need rumors. I need facts.
We're going to stop this right here. I want to know what you think about that. What's your opinion on that? I'm not saying it's going to be real or not. I want to know your opinion.
My opinion is it's never going to happen. I just told you that. I said business is business. That's my opinion.
And you know what? We're going to go back to business is business, right? Come September 5th, that's when the business begins. 25 days. We got to wait till Ohio State takes care of our business against Ball State. And that's going to be it's going to be a great game. We're going to see what our team's made of and who we're going to say, hey, yep, that's a breakout player. Yep, that player's going to help us out. And guess what? You are going to make us go to the championship. But what I want to talk about is the rivalry that we have coming November 28th against the team up north with Kyle, Winningham saying, hey, listen, I don't hate Ohio State. So I want to talk about, do you think that's going to change the narrative of the rivalry, or do you think it's going to be more intense?
Now it's going to be more intense, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There ain't nothing about the whole state, including Toledo, that I like.
Right.
I don't like Toledo. I don't like Michigan. I don't like anything past the border. When you get to Toledo, turn back.
Right.
Everybody in Toledo, they can kick rocks too. So anybody that lives in Detroit, we just had a family reunion this summer with a bunch of people that I love as family members that I don't like as foes. Nope. Hatred. Don't like them. No, I don't like them. I don't even want them to come to my house. So I'll be darned if I'm going to go to their house. Nope. I don't care nothing about Willingham, all that. We got to be kumbaya. No, there's no kumbaya. That's right. We don't like you. Not like us. We've been putting that Hot Wheel track to your tail for like over a whole 50 years. Hot Wheel track, not a belt. Hot Wheel. You ever been here by a Hot Wheel track?
Yes, I have. And that hurts. And
so no, I don't care what he says. He can like us. I don't care if you do or not. But every coach that ever addressed the Ohio State band, the players, the Falconies, have always said, our major thing is to beat Michigan.
Yeah.
So, we ain't for that reverse psychology. Oh, we're friends. No, we're not friends. There ain't no friends. There ain't no friends involved here.
And that's what I'm thinking, because they can come in and say one thing and say, hey, listen, I don't hate Ohio State. I love them. Now, does that mean his team, got to sit there and go by off what he said?
How can you recruit players to that team up north that just loves Ohio State, and they just want to play for y'all because y'all gave them NIL? You'll never win. So if you're recruiting those kind of players who really want to play for Ohio State and don't want to beat Ohio State, they'll never win. You have to have haters. Haters are the part of life that you have to have in the right. Not just, you don't want to hate your neighbor or anything like that. But in sports rivalry, you have to have some hate. Auburn hates Alabama.
Yeah.
Texas hate Oklahoma. USC hates Notre Dame. No. You don't get to say that. And I don't know why he said it, but I think it's reverse psychology. I think he's trying to like soften us up. We're not soft, and you are.
But
So yeah, you're gonna get some of that business.
You think that the coach said that because he knows that they cannot compete against Ohio State this year? Because he doesn't have the players to do so. Or, matter of fact, what teams do you see on our schedule that will give us the best competition that's going to bring us out? And by me saying that, let's get real. Let's get real about this. How many games do you think? Well, let me rephrase that. What do you think our record is going to be this year?
Are we going undefeated? We're going undefeated. Listen, we're going to beat Texas.
Okay.
And then we're going to beat Oregon. When we play Indiana, we might even play Indiana before we play Oregon. Don't matter. Those are our biggest. Michigan is not going to be part of the deal. Texas, Oregon, Indiana. That's it. Those are the ones. That's what all those players are galvanizing together for. Texas, second game. Indiana, I think it's maybe the 6th game or the 7th game. Oregon is like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Right.
And then they played Michigan. That's the season, son. That's our season. We got to go through.
Okay. You answer the question, we're going to go undefeated.
What say you?
You answer the question, and I asked you, I said, hey, how do you think we're going to fare out in the schedule this year as far as record-wise?
Okay, give me a loss today. Give me one loss.
I'm asking you, I don't see no loss, but I want to get your honest opinion about it because, hey, man, we don't know how these games are going to swing. We don't know that.
We got Boston. Think about what we're doing. We got Boston. He came back, right? Jeremiah Smith, he's there, right? Ennis is there, right? 2-year starting quarterback, Sane is there, right?
Okay.
Our offensive line, you mentioned it, is still in. Okay. We revamped with Kenyatta Jackson on our defense.
Right.
Okay, with the guy who replaced Caleb Downs as the safety,
McClain.
who was the number 2 pick in the nation.
Yeah, McClain.
What are we talking about? We're talking about if you're gonna say that they're not gonna coach the talent up to the talent level, that's different. We have the talent. You got 3 teams that are obstacles, and we're better than all 3 of them across the board.
I agree with you.
Across the board. I'm talking about running back, receiver, quarterback. We're talking about position players.
That's on offense.
Tight ends, offensive line, position players.
Right.
You like Indiana or Oregon. Don't even worry about Michigan. And just do the math. We are better than every position. Line them up. We're better. So is it going to be come down to coaching?
Yeah, it's going to come down.
Brian Day is the best coach in the nation.
Right.
It's going to come down to coaching.
It's going to come down to coaching.
I don't know what you're saying, man. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go undefeated, national champions, and we're going to be celebrating about that business.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I applaud you for that. And I believe you. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to get your take.
You said but. I don't need no butts in your life, bruh. I don't need you to have butts in your face. I don't care nothing about butts. None of that works for me.
Okay.
I don't do butts. None of that.
Hey,
what I can tell you is, this is it. That's all. Holla at me. Hey, you already know we have the premier talent. The SEC, we didn't even talk about the SEC.
Not yet. We have not yet.
We didn't even talk about the SEC. Who's going to come out of the SEC just to make the playoffs?
Georgia.
No, they got 11 teams.
But Georgia.
That is surviving. They can put all these teams in the top 20, so at least one of them can come up out of there. See, that's the politics of it. We got three. We got three teams.
Okay.
Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State.
Right.
The rest is SEC teams.
Okay. But now you got to look at the ACC, which they have Florida State. They got
Florida State is not they're in the ACC.
And the
Clemson,
U. And the U. I think the U is going to run that table this year.
So we ain't even talking about Miami.
I just said Miami.
Every SEC team that's in
Miami's in the ACC, bro. Miami's the ACC. Now that's a different conference. Now we just talked about the SEC. We're talking about. I shifted it to where we're talking about ACC. I'm looking at the schedule for Miami. Right. The only competition I see they may have this year is Notre Dame. Because that conference is low right now. Florida State, I'm not for sure where they're going to come out as. Right? Duke, not a good chance. Then you got Virginia. Virginia Tech, Virginia, yeah. So you think
ACC teams.
Right. And so ACC teams, right. So what I'm asking you is they got to play like Wake Forest. They got to play against Virginia, West Virginia. They got to play against Florida State. Now I don't know about Florida State. Now they may come out with surprises. I do believe they got problems on their hand. They got Florida State and they got the other team I just talked about, which is Notre Dame. So,
well, what I can tell you is, thank you for this conversation tonight. Not to cut you off or anything like that, but what I can tell you is, I've been trying to watch this Fever and Liberty game. Ain't it the Liberty game? Yeah, man.
Okay.
They balling out, bro. You need to check it out. These girls, what's the score? I'm trying to see the score. I'm trying to update you, to be honest with you. Shoot. But let's get into that and let's figure out what Ohio State gonna do and what Cleveland Browns gonna do this Thursday. You know the preseason starts this Saturday, right?
It does, yeah.
In Buffalo, who they playing?
I think our first game against yes, too fast. I think I don't know if it's gonna. I can't remember who it's gonna be against.
I know we're playing the Bears. Cleveland Browns is playing the Bears.
Okay.
And that's something we got to touch bases on, man. We got to dive deep into college football in the NBA, NFL.
Right.
Our next.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. See, that's why I was trying to shift things around to get different views on what we can talk about upcoming podcast shows. You know what I'm saying? Because
that being said, we're going to take this off the air and have this conversation. Peace and soul. Holland, you see me coming, baby.
I love you, boy.
Yeah. Technical difficulties in advance, but thank you for the conversation, big brother.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure, man. Having having a true conversation with a brother that believes in what he believes. And I'm not here to change nobody. I'm here to educate and or be educated. So
you know what? It's like going to the barbershop. It's like going to the barbershop. We got discussions that go on and on at the barbershop. What makes this any different? Let's talk about it. Let's be about it. We ain't going to always agree, but guess what? We can come to some kind of common ground and say, you know what? I was wrong. You was wrong. And things like that. So let's just talk about things and keep it natural. See what I'm saying? Let's keep it natural. Because you got your beliefs, I got mine, and the audience have their beliefs. But listen, I hope everybody who tuned in tonight liked our take. I mean, it is where it is. You know, we're a sports podcast, and we're going to talk about sports. We may not agree and to disagree. So just give us your opinion and let's know that you're about your business like we are, because we're going to have some fights. That's what podcasts do. So, Buckeye Bill, I love you, brother. And I love all y'all who came out and supported us. And let's just make this a better place, bro. Let's make this a better place.
All right, my man. Love you, man. All right.
Synesthetic.
I'm trying to win my team a championship. I'm trying to win my team a championship. Let's go. Trying to win my team a championship. We all in the game, trying to get us some ranks and ball in the play. Should I do what you can? Hey, Block is the name, BMG is the guy. Hey, yeah, but we working. Hey, yeah, but we working. Hey, practice make perfect. Hey, practice make perfect. Trying to win my team a championship. Yeah, and we score every chance that we get. Take advantage of handles, it's all in the wrist. Got shooters on the squad. Perfect aiming up Swiss. Got shooters on the squad. Trying to win my team a championship. Everybody is playing their roles. They watch out post.